Michigan fans, Michigan women's hockey is live and on the air. As we are live, I'm just trying to make sure that the everything is starting and going well, because I'm getting a message that the stream hasn't started, despite that fact I have it set live another way. So we're going to give it a second. Let's play just another little bit of the Michigan Marching Band, and we will hopefully be right back as soon as this is going. Alrighty, as it looks like we're up live, just a little internet blip just to make life interesting, as we are live here from the Arctic edge of Canton, where it is your Michigan women's hockey team taking on the Concordia Cardinals. Last season for this team before they closed down the Ann Arbor version of Concordia. I think that just the Wisconsin version will remain. Concordia, the Ann Arbor version will go all online, I believe. This hockey team and its players, Siena Heights has now agreed to bring this team over to Siena Heights. So any of the players that want to continue playing, and their staff, which is amazing. We really appreciate that, because it's got to be frustrating. As I pull it up, I know Coach Barlow has really put a lot of love and effort and time into building this Concordia team. They're so much better than they were when we started broadcasting in 16.
Only coach they've ever had.
Yeah, and she has really made it into something, and it's, what are you going to do when your institution, goes away? You can talk to the folks in Lindenwood, Belleville about that, right?
I was going to say, there's not a lot of people that experience, and I've never heard of a university taking on the staff and the players. That's pretty amazing.
It's
now,
huge.
the question to us is, and maybe you've heard, I don't know where they're going to play.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll play at Arrington or if, I mean, that's the only rink I've been at in Adrian. Siena
Yeah.
Heights, obviously, in the same town as Adrian Bulldogs.
I mean, they have a history of playing at Chelsea,
Yeah.
but I know teams have moved into their old locker room, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, as the Concordia team moved here, but this would be a heck of a crawl from Adrian to play up here. So
Yeah.
I know that the Lenawee team from down there, the high school team, played at Chelsea for a little bit too.
There's a unified team, high school team there now.
Yep. So that was kind of cool to see them and have more people have more opportunities to play there. But so it'll be interesting. This Concordia team, they have a couple new players this year, but that's it. Obviously, with the stuff going on with their school, not a lot of new players coming in to play for this team. So it should be a very interesting game, to say the least. So Michigan is 9-7-3 on the season. Concordia is 5-12-8. So something that as you come in and take a look there, let's discuss these teams a little bit. And it's nice to have Coach Ned back on the air, as you were on the bench when we were last broadcasting for Penn State.
I got demoted for a couple games and worked the bench. It was a privilege, an honor. It was fun to get back out there, help Coach Bill out, and try to cover a little bit for Tribs being in Italy. They were it was fun. I'd like to have done better in the second game, but the game of hockey, you run into a hot goaltender. And she was left-handed, and she was hot, and we couldn't break through enough to squeak out the win. So
Michigan has a 4-game losing streak, as of course they had 6 key players over in Italy, and that USA women's hockey team ended up going 3-2, I believe, when I last looked. I believe I know they lost the first 2 games, but I think they won the.
I thought it was 2 and 4, but I'm not positive.
You might be right. You might be right. Don't
they
quote
finished
me.
They finished in 5th place.
So indeed,
out of the medals, but they got a lot of experience. It sounds like they had a lot of fun, and what an honor! I mean, it's our Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't beat wearing and playing for your country. So we have Lindahl, Hansen, Swanson, Gustafson, and Malashevsky back.
And Tribs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Ponith no longer with the team. Unfortunately, we wish her the best. It has been wonderful to watch her play, and
she's unbelievably good.
Yeah, so we wish her the best of luck. It's been a privilege to get to see her play. Thankfully, we have 3 other wonderful goaltenders to help out. So let's.
And we picked up 4 new players during the semester break. We had a tryout before the Penn State game, so they were eligible to play in St. Louis. So it'll be good to see how that all works out.
So that would be number 2, Cadence Secreto. She's from New Windsor, New York. And then the next one would be Schwab. She's a sophomore from St. Joseph's, Michigan. And then taking a look, it would be Kieran, Maya Kieran. She's a freshman from Claremont, California. And then finally, Demotica, Izzy Demotica. She's a sophomore, I believe, from Sudbury, Massachusetts. So not the Blueberry Bulldogs of the Canadian version, but the Massachusetts version there.
The No-Show League, the North.
Was that Northern Ontario?
Northern Ontario Senior Hockey Organization.
It's just impressive. So
Whale Poop Hawk Senior Hockey. Yep.
So Michigan is now 9-7-3. So 4 tough losses in a row, but one was versus a hot twiner, as you said, versus Penn State, and then playing 2 top 5 teams out at their place on the road without 6 of your standard top tier players is not easy, but it is something that I hope the players came away with a lot of experience. Players who don't get a chance to play against that level of competition, maybe you don't get the number of minutes on the ice, got more minutes on the ice.
Yep.
We had a lot of the young players get a lot of experience, a lot of time. So hopefully that'll pay off. I'm sure it wasn't the most enjoyable trip for the team, dealing with not getting a win out there. But it was at McKendree first. It was a 6-0 win by McKendree on the 18th out there. Then it was a 8-1 win by Maryville on the 19th, and then 6-2. So Michigan did come back on that Monday, Martin Luther King Day, and they did actually do a little better. 2 less goals, 1 more goal on their part. So taking a look
What
at
doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
absolutely. So Maryville had 1 goal in the first. Maryville had 2 goals in the first. Michigan won. Maryville 2 goals in the second, and then Maryville 2 goals in the third. 1 goal by Michigan.
The key to that game of the first game was we only had 7 shots in that first game against McKendree.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's tough, and that's not something this team normally gets a lot.
But they do better
shots,
than that. There were some bus legs, and we got better as the weekend went on. The energy was good, so we're just trying to build on that.
39 shots on goal for Maryville in that game on Monday, 25 for Michigan. And taking a look, it was 10 minutes of penalties for Maryville on 5 infractions, 19 minutes of penalties for Michigan. That says on 3 infractions here, but let's see. So it started off in the first as Hung got her 2nd goal of this season. Demotica had her first assist as a Wolverine to get Michigan out 1-0. Then Gurwitz scored on the power play to make it 1-1 as Maryville tied it up. Beckett on the assist. Then Brooks got her 9th goal of the season for Maryville. Harrison with her 3rd assist, and at that point Maryville had the 2-1 lead. Then in the second, Brooks got her 10th goal as Passan had her 10th assist. Then Struthers had her 2nd goal. Beckett with her 15th assist, that at 14:35. And at that point, it was 4-1, and Maryville was off and running. Brooks scored again her that's a hat trick, her 3rd goal of the game at 1:11 in the 3rd. Gurwitz had her 18th assist. And then Cummings scored for Michigan at 15:15. Her 5th goal of the season and 5th assist for Flazar. And then Gillings finished out the scoring at 16:11, her 9th goal of the season from Ross and Brendan. It was taking a look out there. Schiff took the loss as she faced 39 shots on goal, saved 33 of them as Petruski. I didn't look at that before I came on line. Petruski, I believe, scored, or she saved 23 shots on 25.
First name?
Hannah.
There. It was Hannah in that.
Hannah in that. Thank you very much. I'm normally better at getting that one, but that one just got me. So thank you very much.
There's a reason. There's a couple reasons I go with first names.
Yeah, no, you're brilliant. You're brilliant. Absolutely. Taking a look at the Michigan leaders in points. Couple 3 players who were at the the University World Games still have the point lead for Michigan as Lindahl has 9 goals, 14 assists for 23 points. Hansen on 12 goals, 9 assists for 21 points. Malashevsky with 2 goals and 10 assists for 12 points. Carr at the number 4 spot. She has 4 goals and 7 assists for 11 points. And then it is Katie German and Ferris tied at the number 5 spot, both with 10 points, 3 goals and 7 assists for Katie German, and then 2 goals and 8 assists for Ferris. And that's your top 5. Cummings right behind them with 9 points, 5 goals, and 4 assists. Taking a look at the goalkeepers thus far. If I can get the page to turn on me. So Johns she's played 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss, 2.01 goals against average and a 9.11 save percentage. Ponith had played 6 games, 3 wins, 1 loss, 2.11 goals against average and a 9.28 save percentage. Schiff has played 9 games, most out of any of the goalkeepers. She has 4 wins, 4 losses, 2.97 goals against average and a 9.06 save percentage. And then Heiserman has played 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss, 5.5 goals against and a .843 save percentage. Schiff getting the start today. We'll talk about, Mike can go over the starting lineups for Michigan before we take a look at Concordia. As it is, if I flip over here, your starters is going to be Garbady is going to be a starting forward, as well as Bobby and Dilla. And then it's going to be Kolwich, as well as Ferris on the defense, and then Schiff gets the start between the pipes.
That starting forward lineup is our Energizer Bunny line. They just bring it. I mean, their forecheck is amazing. They're energetic, up, and just fun to watch.
So excited to see the young folks get a good start here and see if we can take it to Concordia. Concordia 5-12 on the season, though they are coming off of 2 wins as they beat Rhode Island, a team that Michigan played over at Brad Boss Arena. They hosted them here at the Arctic Edge of Canton and beat them 4-0 and 5-4. But before that, they started off the season with, 6 losses, losing to Miami twice, losing a home and home to Indiana Tech, and losing a home and home to Michigan Dearborn. They beat Aquinas twice, and then they split with Lake Superior State. They got a win versus Lake Superior State that was up at the North Center, then lost the second game 3-2. Then they had with that Lake Superior State, they had a 7 game losing streak there as they ran into home and home versus Adrian, which is never easy. It's coming up for us pretty quickly here. Yeah. Indiana Tech again lost both of those, and then lost to UMass, who came in here. So it's a team that's 5-12. Obviously, they're they want to get a big win versus a crosstown team here, and
a little bit of a rivalry. We really need this though. We need a bounce back after 4 tough games.
Absolutely.
And the telling thing about our streak during the World University Games is we only dropped to 10 with our latest ranking.
Yes.
So it shows that we were playing tough competition and didn't have a total fall out of the top 12 where we need to be.
It's nice that that didn't affect hugely the rankings.
But
so.
this is crucial to see how we get back together and see what experience the players that were in Italy bring, and see what the players that were here with extra ice time bring.
Absolutely. Taking a look at that last game versus Rhode Island for Concordia, that was 5-4 as shots on goal, 28 for Rhode Island, 31 for Concordia. It was 8 penalty minutes on 4 infractions for Rhode Island, 14 minutes on 7 infractions for Concordia. Watkins started the scoring for Concordia from Orcus and Shore. Collins scored to go up 2-0 in the first. It was Collins from Dodgson. Then Rhode Island had 3 in the second. It was Bain scoring, then Jedson and Gibbons. And they took the lead at 3-2. Then Dodgson tied it up 3-3 on a power play goal in the third at 3:51. That was her 6th goal of the season from Collins and Kazmarek. Then it was Monarch who got it back tied again with that 4-4. So Monarch got her first goal of the season. Then Concordia finished it off 2 goals to get the lead. Dodgson tied it up on the power play goal, 7th goal of the season from Shore. And then Steinmetz got her 6th goal of the season, game-winning goal at 12:38. Kazmarek with the assist. It was Lambert in pipe for Rhode Island. She faced 31 shots on goal, saved 26 of them. And Burks got the win for Concordia. She faced 28 shots on goal, saved 24 of them. Top scores for Concordia. Dodgson, number 88, has 13 points on 7 goals and 6 assists. Steinmetz, number 97, has 10 goals on 6 goals, or 10 points on 6 goals and 4 assists. Shore has 9 points on 4 goals and 5 assists. Then it's it's a trio of players with 7 points. Collins has 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points. Croft has 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 points. And Kazmarek has 7 assists for 7 points. It has been predominantly Lennon between the pipes for 12 games. She has 3 wins, 8 losses, 3.56 goals against average, and a 9.18 save percentage. Burks has played 3 games, 2 wins, 2.33 goals against average, and an 8.78 save percentage. And then Kingston, the other goalkeeper, she's played 4, lost 4, 4.54 goals against average, and an 8.90 save percentage. So we're getting ready to go. It looks like everybody is lined up here.
Going with a 3 ref system, two orange bands, 1 linesman. So we're going to be about pretty close to 15 minutes late with the refs that had to referee the high school game on the sheet next to us. They'll get their steps in tonight. Won't save them a trip to the gym.
Absolutely.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Arctic Edge. Tonight's game featuring the visiting Wolverines from Michigan
Announcers really bringing the energy, Mark.
And I'm trying to get that nice little graphic off. Is having just a little bit of internet issues, so we'll see if that comes off here for a moment. As being announced, coming out is Garbady to the blue line for the Wolverines. Next is Ferris, one of the blue liners. And coming out is Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
And skating out is Kolwich. And then finally coming out is Dilla, as of course shift between the pipes. For Concordia, it is Orcus, Watkins, Shore, and it would be Collins, and then Dodgson, and it looks like it is going to be Lennon between the pipes.
He's either the fastest reader or they all came out at once.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, down to America's playing of the national anthem. As a little prayer beforehand as well. As of course, it is Concordia Lutheran College, so they had a little prayer beforehand, and now we're the national anthem, and we're ready to get going. 20 minutes up on the clock. As
Rock and roll.
absolutely. So a home-and-home series versus the Concordia Cardinals, and again, as we said, huge game for these Wolverines. They want to get a big win here, get back on the winning ways, and try and get a little bit of that taste of the 4 losses in a row out of their mouth. And we got some big games coming up after this for Michigan. As then right after this, it's a home-and-home versus Adrian. So that will be
Huge number 2 Adrian.
absolutely. Then from there we go to play Niagara, who's on the top 10. They're number 9, I believe, right now, or number 8.
Yep.
I have that somewhere on a overlay that we'll take a look at during the break. So a couple teams in the top 10 we're playing. Then Arizona State and finishing out with Rhode Island. So boy,
Wolverines may be at a bit of a handicap in the Niagara games because I may be on the bench.
As that comes all the way along, I'm sure they're happy to have you back there. We appreciate all your work with Penn State as that comes back. As Concordia brings it into the zone. Sent in along the near boards, trying to pick it up is Orcus. Knocked down, now trying to feed it ahead. Kolwich gets it back into the Concordia zone. Knocked right back into the neutral zone. Kolwich trying to get to it. And pulled in by Shore. Shore has Kolwich knocking it away. And Michigan gets it right back in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Here comes Dilla outside the near circle. Shot there.
Nice shot.
That move by Lennon in along the far boards. And here comes Concordia. As they come across the ice, Shore has it right at center ice. And it's fired from the far boards into the Michigan zone. Tipped right back into the neutral zone. Here comes Michigan. gathered up by Steinmetz. Steinmetz has it in her own zone. And down the far boards, McLaughlin gets it into the neutral zone, but that's picked up, fired right back in by Gordon as that goes into the near corner. Hunt trying to pick that up. Now here comes Carr on the near circle. Carr trying to skate through. Shot there, got blocked all the way back to the blue line, but Michigan able to hold it in. Puck into the near corner.
Oh, wet corner.
Picked up, and it was Izzy German putting it in the near corner. Now back underneath the near circle. Here comes Carr. Carr gets it back to Ceballos. Ceballos firing that. That knocked down as there's a shot knocked by Lennon. Comes back in along the far boards. Here comes Croft. Croft down the far boards. Tips it back into the Michigan zone. Ceballos does a nice job to knock it away.
Great job, Marty.
Concordia has it on the far corner. Now sends it for a centering attempt. That comes right back into the neutral zone as Hubbard, one of the few new players on the team this year, brings it in. Here comes Ceballos from Michigan. She gains the zone outside the near circle, sends it back to Cummings. Cummings puts it back deep, trying to pick it up back there. It is Flazar. Swanson has it outside the far circle. Puck loose into the far corner. Flazar trying to fire it out in front. That's loose into the slot. Now Steinmetz picks it up, moves it ahead. Racing down is Fouché. Fires it back and covered up by Schiff, just the far side of the goal.
Might be a pretty physical game. A couple sticks laying around. I see some chopping going on. I'm curious how many in the roster on the Concordia team are Canadian.
McCarthy over there sends it back to the far point.
And I say that as a good part Newfie, so
absolutely.
Total respect.
All the way back as Hubbard picks it up back behind her own goal. Trying to pull that away. Flazar battling back there. Puck into the near corner. That gathered up by Schuyler. Schuyler gets it over to Coops. Coops over her own blue line through the neutral zone. Coops over center ice. Gains the Michigan zone. Coops top of the near circle. And trying to knock that away. Flazar gets it back into the neutral zone, but fired right back deep in by Dodgson. Again, she's the point leader for this Concordia team.
She can fly.
Absolutely. Back as Kaczmarek has it. Top of the far circle. Kaczmarek going into the far corner. Swanson trying to tip that away. Grabbed by Shore. Shore drop past to Dodgson in the far corner. Dodgson shot there as Schiff steers it back behind. Again, another shot loose. Good job by Schiff as Dodgson comes back to the far point. Dodgson trying to fire it back deep. Puck outside the far circle. Now they're trying to get it out and covered up by Schiff off the side of the net.
I've never seen a team intentionally sandbag in warm-ups, but I didn't see anywhere near the speed and the hard passes and precision from Concordia that I'm seeing in the game. I mean, this is unbelievable.
They are a lot more. They were maybe a little lackadaisical in warm-ups. Not that, maybe they were just trying to get things going. Maybe they ran around beforehand. As that came all the way along the far boards. Hansen trying to fire it ahead. Picked up right at center ice. Grabbed by Kaczmarek. Kaczmarek trying to fire it back deep. Now that goes into the Concordia zone.
You just got to hope Michigan has the depth to hang with them. They can't be. I don't think they're running four lines that are doing this.
Rodzicki fires it ahead. Kaczmarek has it down the near boards. Now Short trying to get it back into the Michigan zone.
Nice pass.
Down the far boards it goes. And top of the far circle, shot there by the Wolverines. Goes right back behind, trying to pick it up along the near boards. Spinning with it back over there is Malashevsky. Malashevsky. And it's sent back into the neutral zone. Gathered up there. Down the near boards, Hansen trying to tip it ahead. Collins has it, top of the near circle of her own zone. That goes all the way down the far boards. Dodgson has it back in her own zone. Pressure coming. And it's a good job to try and poke that away by Bobby. Now coming in, Garbady trying to poke that down. Grabbed underneath that near circle. Concordia trying to get it out. Bobby holds it in at the near point. Now here comes Dodgson. Dodgson coming down the near boards. Dodgson gets into the zone outside the near circle. Dodgson. And puck goes right back behind the Michigan goal. Gathered up back over along the far boards. Dilla has it there. Held in by Concordia and covered up by Schiff. 15:27 left to go here in the first, scoreless so far between these two squads at the Arctic edge of Canton.
Concordia is out shooting Michigan 4-2 on my stat sheet.
Right, they really came out with a lot of energy to start this game. As there's a shot,
a goal.
And there's a goal. Concordia scored that at 15:21. Shot from top of the far circle.
She had no chance
that
on
looks like Steinmetz put it in.
Right off the draw, total screen. I think it went 5-ish hole. It's hard to tell. We get replay today?
We do not, unfortunately.
Oh,
I need
okay.
to, but I do have a manual scoreboard, so that does mean I have to put it out there.
You got me spoiled. A couple games with replay, and all of a sudden, I can't see anything until I see it in replay. I don't want to make a bigger fool of myself.
I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll have that back. Coming down the far boards, moved over to Hung. Hung tips it back into the near corner. She races over, trying to battle with Orcus there. Picked up down the near boards. Here comes Concordia. Is trying to feed it ahead was Croft now. All the way back deep into the Michigan zone.
It's good. They called it off.
Gustafson trying to get to
wide
it. That
open
fire
in
down
front.
in front.
Oh, is she
is
open?
Pulled away. Good job to knock that away back there by Carr. That puck down the far boards. Back deep into the Michigan end. Concordia gets a line change. Here comes Michigan down the near boards, firing it ahead. That tip. Trying to pick it up is Gordon. Gordon has it down the far boards. Gordon trying to pull it in. He's back there battling over there with Fouché. Puck comes back to the Michigan blue line. Gathered up there. Now fired ahead and moved over by Segredo. Puck back into the far corner. Michigan trying to dig it out from behind the goal. Battle there as it comes all the way back outside the far circle. Cummings puts it right back behind the goal. Here comes Swanson and pulled away by Ketchmarek. Ketchmarek gets it down the near boards. Here comes Concordia. Coops gains the zone. Coops has that knocked down as Swanson trying to poke that away. She has lost snow on her back and lost her stick. Coming down, here comes Flazar. Flazar outside the near circle. Shot there.
She didn't
and
stop
tipped
it.
back as
Oh,
Lennon
it's
had
behind
it
her.
off the near side. And
Oh, my goodness.
it came right off the back as she was able to get that left leg tight to the post, but it came in right back behind that skate that was hanging out on the far side of the goal. And
Yeah.
if she wasn't tight to that post, that might have gone in.
Yeah, and when your skate's tight to the post, you've got space there, so underneath it.
So it's 13:44 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Concordia with the lead. Face off in the near face off circle as that's brought ahead. Here comes Shore. Shore making a couple moves, fires it in, Schiff covers it up, and we'll have a face off in the Michigan zone. Face off in the near face off circle. That to Schiff's right. Dodged him back out to take the face off.
I'm remembering we never have easy games.
No, not at all. First time Coach Ned's been in the booth this calendar year, 2025, and you forgot that we need to be sponsored by Pepsi AC, but that's okay. Coming along, Lindahl has it on the far circle.
Nice.
Lindahl gets it into a slot for Hansen. Hansen comes over with a shot. Oh, that just wide to the near side.
She picked the post.
Absolutely is outside the near circle. Good opportunity for Hansen. Ceballos sends it right back onto this near circle.
There we go.
Lindahl has it in the slot. As
there.
she's run off the puck.
Oh,
there's
it's
another
bouncing
shot out in
under
front.
glove.
Lennon, I think she got it underneath the glove. She ended up sprawled down on the ice. That was an opportunity.
Yeah, she missed it under a glove that looked like it first, and it was almost put in.
Already seeing, good to have seeing a spark not just from the young people, but obviously Hansen and Malashevsky and Lindahl providing huge spark on that shift. Now coming ahead with it, here comes Steinmetz. Steinmetz has the lone goal, feeds it over top of the far circle. Shot there, Schiff covers it up. Gets a little snow in her face.
Maya getting a little introduction on how they break out of the zone super fast. She tried to make a quick poke check, and then they got by her. Welcome to the CCWHA.
Absolutely, as it comes in along the far boards. Gustafson puts it back into the near corner. Steinmetz trying to pull it out from there. Now Croft back there trying to dig it out of the near corner. Steinmetz poking away. Garbady trying to get to it. Now comes down the near boards. Michigan has it. Dilla gets it back into the neutral. So what thought she did, that held in by Croft. Now Gustafson retreats back into the far corner of her own zone. Into the near corner. That picked up. And trying to come ahead with it. Shot there. Schiff covers it up.
I was just thinking how we've been breaking out pretty cleanly, and then I shouldn't have even thought that.
As 12:18 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Concordia with the lead, as it has been a fast-paced game between these two teams.
Yes, it has, yeah.
Face-off in the near face-off circle. Dodged it in to take the face-off. I believe that's Gordon on the other side. Hung has it. Hung trying to bring it ahead. That tipped back. Now loose as Collins fires it and into the far corner. Dodged it. Picks it up there for Concordia. Dodged it. Fires it all the way to the near point. Now McCarthy trying to feed it. There's a shot and covered up as Collins fired it from the near circle. Schiff able to make the save. 12:01 left to go here in the first.
Almost like a power play on that shift. We couldn't clear the zone.
Good puck movement to the far side, to the near side, really.
Yeah, none of the passes I saw in warm-ups. All hard tape to tape.
And it comes back in along the near boards. Now fired top of the far circle for Watkins. Tip back. Carr has it along the far boards. Carr feeds it to Hung. That tip down the near boards. Orcus has it in her own zone on the near circle. Orcus puts it down the far boards. That gathered up. Now here comes Shore. Shore gains his zone. Now almost tipped away, but Shore gets it. Puts it into the near corner of the Michigan zone. Now Ferris puts it down the near boards. Hung ends up down on the ice. Into the slot. Dodgson with a shot, and that got blocked. That comes back to the far point. Watkins holds it in there. Battle for it as that's pulled away. I believe that's Gordon coming ahead with it. Over on blue line, coming down the far boards. Fired back deep into the Concordia zone as Michigan goes for a line change as we approach the 11-minute, 15-second mark. Good job by Flazar to hold it in, trying to move it over. Carr back behind the goal. Carr into the far corner, trying to get it back to the far point. Now that lifted into the near corner, racing for it. Cummings trying to get to it. That tipped back. Now Flazar racing back, puck into the far corner. Flazar trying to pull that away from Watkins. Puck underneath the near circle. Fired ahead, back to the near point. Izzy German trying to hold it in. Swanson fires it back in along the far boards.
Nice pass.
Trying to pick it up. Cummings trying to bring it into the zone. That comes in along the near boards. Coops with it at her own blue line. Coops sends it back over to Orcus on the near circle of her own zone. Flazar trying to knock that away. Comes right back to Izzy German in the neutral zone. She fires it all the way across the way. Now trying to work her way in. That puck through the slot. Lifted right back into the neutral zone.
It could be icing. No, it's good.
Okay, call it good. Izzy German back over. I think she was about to try and go for a line change, but then moves over. That
refs
picked
all
up.
have dates. They got to get out of here. They're not going to call icing.
Segreto feeded it ahead. That sent right back. McLaughlin trying to pick it up underneath the near circle. Lindahl back there trying to provide pressure. Now Malashevsky. Well, is that all the way out to over to Steinmetz? Picked up, fed over by Kieran. And moved through the neutral zone trying to get to it as that got knocked away. Malashevsky had it, but just tipped off. Now Steinmetz has it. Malashevsky steals that away, puts it down the near board.
Saucer.
Here
we
comes.
go.
Racing in Hansen. Hansen on the near circle. Now Ketchmarek with a really good defense to stop that. Lindahl into the near corner. Lindahl and Hansen trying to pull that away from Ketchmarek.
Okay, we got a pinch. Got a pinch. Get somebody back.
Outside the far circle.
There we go.
That puck shot as that got blocked down in front. Still loose in the slot. Another shot. Diving save by Lennon all the way back to the far point. Held in there by Gustafson. She takes a whack at it that goes into the near corner. Picked up by Lindahl. Lindahl trying to dig it out the near corner versus Ketchmarek. Now Steinmetz down the near boards outside the near circle. Knocked down. Into the neutral zone it goes as Malashevsky, great job to separate her player from the puck, and down the far boards comes Michigan. Tipped as Michigan goes for a line change. Ketchmarek bringing it ahead down the near boards. Ketchmarek dumps it deep as Concordia goes for a line change. That puck right back behind. Kolwich has it. Feeds it outside the far circle to Dilla. That picked up by Shore at the far point. Now Dilla trying to get it out the zone.
Blue line,
Shore trying to make it difficult to get out. Yeah, still trying to make it difficult to get out of there. Still battling as that's still in the Michigan zone. Now moved over in along the near boards. Here comes Bobby. Bobby feeds it ahead, pulled away by Dodgson. Dodgson with it in her own zone. Garbetti trying to pull that away as Dodgson goes back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Into the near corner. Dodgson still with it. Tell why she's the points leader. Now here comes a breakaway. Racing ahead with it is Collins. Collins comes in. Shot and a goal. As at 8-12.
Wow, that was bar down. Bar down. Just a quick turnover with two men deep in the forecheck.
As this Concordia team goes out to a 2-0 lead. That was a Collins who got that goal.
I don't know. Seemingly, we really have a tough time making goalies not really good. I mean, she's made some unbelievable saves. I know I didn't say that very articulately, but I'm just like, ay.
we do seem to bring out the best in goalkeepers. That does appear
That's
to
a
be
better
something
way to
that
say it
happens.
if you think about it. Yeah, I mean, my God.
Here comes Carr bringing it ahead. Carr, top of the far circle. Carr. I don't think it's not bad shots. It's really, honestly, a lot of folks get up to play Michigan. Out in front on the far side.
Highly rated.
All the way back, Ceballos takes it into the
play.
high slot, trying to move it back into the far corner. Gordon trying to chase it there. Skyler sends it down the far boards. Gathered up back over there by Benoit. Gordon trying to fire it right back behind the goal. Now Hubbard trying to get it out in front. There's a shot. Lennon able to knock it away. A pair of shots. Just couldn't get it back behind Lennon. Puck down the near boards. Hung trying to tip it away, keeping it in. Benoit at her own blue line down the far boards. Benoit trying to bring it up ice. Benoit now over the center ice, puts it back deep into the Michigan zone. Gathered up into and along the end boards. Concordia player back there trying to make it difficult.
Coming late. Got to be careful of those trailers.
Yeah, it was Coops raking it. That's a shot from the near point. It was definitely a lot of players out in front. Now coming down the far boards. Here comes Cummings. Cummings gets into the zone. Stops at the far point. Now moving it back deep as she's wiped off the puck.
That could have been from behind.
Coops coming down the near boards as Swanson trying to knock it away. Here comes Flazar. Flazar outside the near circle. Flazar moves it back to Swanson.
That's your shot.
She takes a shot that just goes wide. Flazar back behind the goal. Fires it right out in front. Cummings trying to get to it. That pulled away. 6:29 left to go here in the first. Kaczmarek brings it back into the Michigan zone. Outside the near circle. Kaczmarek into the near corner. Now going in along the end boards. Trying to poke it away. Cummings has it. Cummings trying to feed it back. Puck into the far corner. Now Concordia has
Who's
it.
on her?
That's Dodgson with it. High slot. Dodgson, top of the near circle. Dodgson. She's trying to walk through. That tipped away. Dodgson.
When she pulls it out that wide, you know she's going to try to do a toe drag. We've got to be aware of that.
Flazar fires it back deep. Michigan gets the line change. That goes right back behind Lennon. 5:55 left to go. 2-0. Concordia with the lead. They feed it ahead. Here comes coming in Collins. Collins top of the far circle. Tipped away. Collins had the second goal. Put Concordia up 2-0. Watkins takes it back in the neutral zone and along the far boards trying to feed it ahead. Tipped there by Hansen coming in. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl on the far circle. Lindahl takes a shot. That deflected just wide. Lindahl in along the end boards. Now Malashevsky. That covered up by Lennon. 2-0. The lead. Concordia jumped out as obviously they really want to take advantage and try and get on this Michigan team early. Malashevsky
that ain't
take
happening.
the face off.
Ay.
So Michigan in a deficit. We'd love to get at least one of these goals back before we go into the first intermission as Malashevsky picks it up back behind the goal. Here comes Lindahl. The puck outside the near circle. Steinmetz trying to pull it away, battling with Kolwich. That comes to the blue line. Now back into the neutral zone. Grab there, trying to move it down. Steinmetz had it. Now Lindahl right in front of us. Lindahl brings it into the zone. Lindahl trying to tip it away. Croft made a good move to knock that away as Orkis coming down the far boards. Orkis trying to get around Ferris, moves it over. Malashevsky with a beautiful steal. She fires it. Tipped right back by Orkis. Coming in with it. Steinmetz has it. Steinmetz knocked off the puck. Gathered down the near boards. Malashevsky again making a beautiful defensive play at the forward position. Now Watkins has it at her own blue line. Malashevsky steals it from her. Malashevsky fires it right back. She's come in with a lot of fire into this game. Yep. Hung trying to pull it away. Puck underneath the near circle. Picked up by Coops. Coops knocks it off the near board, trying to come ahead. Now that pulled away by Gordon. Izzy German trying to knock that back.
Good back check.
Picked up. Here comes Carr. Carr gains his own Carr.
Rip it
into
from
the
there.
high slot.
Rip it
Carr.
from there.
Shot there.
She
Lennon
didn't
with
know
a
where it
save.
Wow. Nice shot.
4-14. Good shot. Ended up smacking right into the Cardinal logo there and able to cover it up.
Yeah, it's not the spot you want to do. They can't get that out of the way if they tried, but that's a good shot. I like to see her use those screens. There was a rebound.
Face off outside the far face off circle. Gordon trying to get to it now. McCarthy trying to pull it away. Now Hung has it. Hung that tipped right back behind. Gathered up underneath the near circle.
Nice.
Now, here comes Carr. Carr with a shot in the slot. Somehow able to make the save is Lennon. All the way back to the far point.
Nice save.
Held in. Secreto holds it in. Top of the near circle. Here comes Carr. Carr underneath the near circle. Carr trying to pull that away.
Nothing.
No penalty as she goes down to the ice. And puck all the way back. Well, these are the same officials that just did the Concordia men's game. I don't... Again, they have a better view of it than I do, but
wasn't that the was that a high school game?
No, it was the Concordia men versus Michigan D3.
Oh, that's on the other side now.
Team. That's where these refs came from.
Okay.
Which is why our game was delayed because they had to finish the men's game. Here comes Flazar. Flazar shot as that's a save by Lennon. Face-off in the near face-off circle. 13-14 left to go here in the first. 2-0. Concordia with the lead. Michigan would love to get one of these back before going in.
How did she see that?
Unbelievable as it was screened. That looked like Kieran was going to get her first Michigan goal. And just Lennon able to see it as it came through.
Oh, my goodness.
Into the far corner. That puck comes back.
Textbook.
As Swanson holding it in. Now that puck back to fired over by Gustafson.
There you go. Line it up.
On the far circle. Now that comes away. Collins feeds it all the way back. Good job by Gustafson to fire right back in. And puck right back behind.
Last 3 minutes.
Into the near corner. Hubbard has it now. Trying to pull that away was Cummings. Puck fired down the far boards. Here comes the scoring leader for Concordia, Dodgson. Dodgson, top of the far circle. She fires it. Almost got a tip from shore. That would have been dangerous. That puck comes back underneath the near circle. Dodgson trying to fire it out in front. Good job to steal it away by Michigan. Here comes the Wolverines down the far boards as they fire it back in deep by Swanson as they go for a line change. 2:12 left to go. That puck down, tipped away. Coming ahead with it, that Steinmetz trying to put it back deep, picked up by Kolwich. Kolwich back behind her own goal. From the near side to the far side, Kolwich down the far boards. Kolwich trying to fire it ahead. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl racing in. Lindahl, top of the far circle shot there as that just went wide. Lindahl trying a wide angle shot. Couldn't get it in. Hansen has it outside the far circle.
Good wood on both.
Controlled as that's moved back to the far point. Shot there as that tips right back into the near corner. Michigan with some fantastic opportunities. Back to Kolwich at the near point. Kolwich takes a shot that goes into the far corner. Malashevsky chasing it outside the far circle. And that puck right back behind the goal.
Every one of those fantastic opportunities weren't on net. That's what's killer.
As Hansen, by the way, back there providing pressure, letting Lindahl get a change. Hung back out there. 1:14 left to go here in the first. And puck trying to pull it out. Now that's sent back to the far point, held in by Ferris as that chipped into the near corner. You know, Lennon reminds me a little bit of Bailey Hamill, as a matter of fact. It's a little smaller, but boy, good movement back and forth. And Bailey made the most out of it between the pipes.
That's for sure.
59 seconds left to go here in the first. 2-0 in a fast-moving first period. Not a penalty to be had. I don't think we had an icing at all.
Like I said, these guys got dates tonight.
That puck comes all the way back. Ceballos.
Nice pinch.
Good job to pinch it. Hung trying to pick that up. As that's pulled back into the far corner. Gathered up back there by Collins. And nice work back deep in the offensive zone for Michigan. Shot from the far point. That got knocked down. As Izzy German, love to see her get a goal. Hung has it outside the far circle.
She's top of my list.
Loose, now that gathered up. Here comes Collins down the far boards. Collins feeds it over to Dodgson. Dodgson thought about a shot, now rips one, covered up by Schiff. As 20.7 seconds left to go here in the first period. 2-0, Concordia with the lead. Here from the Arctic edge of Canton. They had the heat on early, but I swear they shut it off as soon as the game got on.
Yeah.
Not that I expel enough hot air in here to keep everyone warm, but that's okay.
That's what you do.
Puck it along the imports, trying to pull that away. Comes into the near corner. Concordia trying to maintain it. Can't quite see who that is, as that's Collins with it. Now here comes Michigan.
Dump it on net.
As that's tipped all the way. That is on net, but Lennon able to save it, and Concordia goes to the locker room with a 2-0 lead.
We outshot them 19-11 too. I need to report that to the.
Yeah, absolutely. 19
Green.
shots on goal. No slouch there. It's a good number of
No,
shots
it's a
in the
great-
first. But Lennon
yeah.
with a fantastic
Yeah,
first period for Concordia. And Michigan has a bit of a hill to climb here, as a great period by them. But we'll see what happens. As taking a look. Let's move on to the second. So let's step away, play a few messages or a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. We'll come back with an ACHA scoreboard report and bring you into the second period. You're watching Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. let's do a little ACHA scoreboard report. By the way, we just did here. I want to send out our best wishes to the Gargiulo family as they lost their house in the California wildfires, and we really hope. I can't imagine losing your home and having so little time to try and figure out what you can save and what you can't, and so we really wish the Gargiulo family the best, and hopefully insurance can cover what they can, but there's a lot of memories and things that you lose when that happens that you just can't replace. So our best wishes out to them. Let's take a look at ACHA scoreboard report. All the way back to Monday the 20th. Other action going on there. Miami beat Aquinas by a score of 9-0. And we know about the Maryville University of Michigan game there. As we come ahead, looking for midweek action on Wednesday, the 22nd, it was Denver falling as Miami went out to Denver over to the Magnus Arena. So they actually got to play in the big arena. That's awesome. And that was an 11-0 win by Miami University. I went out there years ago to catch University of Denver game, and nice rink. Nothing here Thursday action as it was UMass beating University of Arizona by a score of 4-1. Arizona State beat Midland. That's a big score. Midland in the top 10. That's a 2-1 win by Arizona State. That in Arizona State. And it was Jamestown, University of Jamestown beating Niagara in overtime 3-2. That was in Jamestown. We'll see that Niagara team coming up not that too far in the future. Action happening yesterday. It was Colorado State beating University of Denver 7-2. Lake Superior State beat Aquinas by a score of 9-1. It was Midland beating Arizona State, so that ended up each team winning one split series. That was a 2-1 by Midland. And then it was Miami beating University of Colorado. They got the sweep there, 4-3. It was Grand Valley beating Davenport by a score of 7-0. Niagara split the series with Jamestown winning the second one at 3-1. No score reported between Michigan Dearborn and Adrian. That was over at the University of Michigan Dearborn. And then a final in overtime. It ended up Maryville and Indiana Tech 1-1. As that ended up a tie. That over at the Maryville University Hockey Center. So Indiana Tech traveling out to the St. Louis area as well. Other action happening today. See if we have any finals. No final yet between Davenport and Grand Valley State. It was Lake Superior State beating Aquinas over at the Southside Ice Arena 7-0. Miami beat University of Colorado. They played them 3 times and swept them. That was a 5-1 win there. That over at that University of Colorado Recreation Center. We went out there a few years ago with the Michigan team. It's a lot of fun. Arizona State beat UMass 3-2. No score reported, obviously, between this game or University of Minnesota Assaborn. Grand Canyon Midland, no score reported. Minot beat Niagara by a score of 4-1. No score reported by Maryville and Indiana Tech. And then we know this game here, it was interesting enough, over at Arrington Ice Arena, Adrian leads University of Michigan Dearborn 2-1. That with 3:02 left to go in the third. So they didn't report yesterday's score, but Adrian putting it in some real time action as it's 2-1 Adrian over University of Michigan Dearborn. So kind of cool.
I believe yesterday's game was an overtime win, right?
They didn't, no score reported as of yet. So that was at University of Michigan Dearborn, but it didn't get into the ACHA system as of yet. So.
Okay. I heard there was some closeness there. I don't recall which side it went to, but it'd be a big deal if they beat Adrian.
It would be. It would be. So really the top of the CCWHA is pretty, kind of gathered up together there. There's a lot of really good teams, and Michigan among them. But it is not easy, as you got a lot of great teams, and it's going to be interesting. Again, the CCWHA playoffs coming up. That's going to be at Eddie Edgar Ice Arena, so a lot easier for Michigan fans to get out there and check that out. We're looking forward to that.
A lot of history at Eddie Edgar. That's been around a long time.
It has been. I've only ever called games in the bigger rink. But that smaller rink is interesting. It's got really like a wooden ceiling and wooden beams, and it's got an interesting feel to it. So, but yeah, long time rink and a nice rink there, run by the city. I think it does have. Is that the one that has LCA on it? But it's like Livonia Civic Arena. And I'm like, LCA means something different nowadays in this area. This is not Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah.
So
The slice. Yeah.
As speaking of which, that's been fun to kind of see is a coaching change there. And boy, the Red Wings have responded to that and come out. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Good bunt. Good jump.
Yeah. So I know you follow the Maple Leafs, but
yeah, they're consistently inconsistent. Matthews in and out of the lineup. Doesn't really matter. They're, they top of the division conference, and yet they never know how they're going to do in the playoff run. So we'll see.
So 2-0 here as we're coming close. And what does Michigan have to do? They outshot Concordia. They really got it. But
19-11.
What do they have to do to get back into this game and get this game a one-goal game or tied in the second?
Well, I think the energy's good. I think they've just got to open the floodgates in Concordia's net, get one by her. Then they're contagious. Then they're happy. Then they're inspired. And I think that Michigan's. I'm hoping that Michigan's depth shows through here because we can run, 4 solid lines and
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to get gassed. And I haven't been matching lines or noting, but I don't think Concordia is that deep. And we can just get one buyer and then build on that. I think we're going to be fine. I think we have to play, keep it simple. I like to say keep it simple, students.
Yep.
The kiss it method.
Well done. Absolutely.
And just do what we did. I mean, we were moving the puck. We got lots of chances. I'll take 19 shots a period my whole life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic shots on goal. It's not like all of them were soft shots either. There was some good shots on goal. Lennon able to see him and able to cover it up. And really, just need to get one past Lennon and see what happens there. But this Concordia team is playing with a lot of fire, a lot of we've joked ever since. This is not your your mother's Concordia team, but
no, right.
They are really playing lights out here, and we got to give them a lot of credit. Where it's your last season at Concordia, maybe you're going to move over to Siena Heights, maybe you're not, but you have 5 wins, and that's not dissuading them. They're playing their guts out, and a lot of credit to them. That's not an easy thing to do.
And you got to know they're going to have decent goaltending. Their head coach is a goalie, so that shouldn't be a big surprise to you that you're going to have to get around somebody.
Hung trying to break it in. That knocked away. Concordia sends it back. Now Michigan down the near boards. Here comes Carr. Gets it over to, here comes Gordon. Gordon moves it over, trying to get it to Hung, and that just tipped away Hung. But the big goal in the last game, that puck down the near boards. Sent ahead by Gustafson down the near boards. Croft trying to knock it out of the zone. Carr at the near point trying to dig into that. Gordon there as well.
That's a shot we probably should have taken. The Concordia goalie was way in the net, deep.
All the way back, Gustafson has it. You can't find it. Is one of those things where you see that extra pass, and a lot of the times it's great to take that extra pass and get some puck movement. As Hung comes back, Hung top of the near circle. Hung tried to shake a shot. That got off of a pair of skates. Hung in along the end boards, trying to pull that away into the near corner with it. I believe that's Benoit trying to get it out of there as it's outside the near circle. Trying to dig it away. As Hung back there is that puck. All the way back in along the end boards.
We need one quick.
Down the near boards. Benoit feeding it. That tipped. Picked up by Steinmetz. Steinmetz right in front of the scorer's box. Steinmetz trying to get it deep. That tipped right back to center ice. But Concordia fires it down the near boards. Here comes Michigan. Ferris ahead, trying to get to Swanson. That just out of her reach as Kaczmarek puts it down the near boards. Gathered up by Ferris. Ferris trying to bring it into the Concordia zone. That puck outside the near circle now. Trying to dig it out of there. Pinned against the boards.
Nobody on the far side. Let's spread out, guys. Come on.
And it's trying to get in there. Swanson trying to get it. That pops all the way back out to the Michigan blue line. Kolwich quickly ahead, trying to move it over. Here comes Cummings. Cummings coming in with it. Cummings taking a shot that deflected by a defender. Kaczmarek trying to get it back behind.
They're going to block a lot of shots this period.
Yeah, that puck down the near boards. Coops with it, fired right back in as that puck will go into the far corner. Kaczmarek Picks it up back behind her own goal. Swanson providing heavy pressure back there.
Forced her to her backhand. That's good.
That puck outside the near circle. Now that back to the near point. Ferris trying to move it over. That's sent, tipped back. Here comes Concordia as Coops feeds it ahead. Ferris gathers it up down the near boards. Ferris trying to move it. That tipped up into the netting. That will be probably outside the zone in the near face-off circle. It will be.
All that riding time in their zone, and we still haven't got a shot.
17:38. Couple big block shots there.
Yes, big block shots.
17:38 left to go.
Every
here
shot
in the
is
second.
a big block shot. Every block shot is a big block shot.
Absolutely, 2-0. Concordia with the lead. Shore trying to feed it down the far boards. Lindahl trying to grab that away. Lindahl coming over with it. Lindahl has her stick lifted. She fires it right back behind. Now Hansen trying to pick it up underneath the near circle. Battle for it into the near corner. Hansen sends it back to Izzy German at the near point. That slips back.
Good.
All the way back down. Stopped by Schiff. Schiff leaves it there. That picked up back behind. Sent down the far boards. Here comes Lindahl. Slips off of her stick all the way back. Is grabbed by Hubbard. Hubbard sends it right back to center ice. Tipped by Ferris. That goes back into the Concordia zone. But they lift it into center ice. Good job to knock it away from Dodson. Here comes Izzy German.
She's
Izzy
got a
German.
Family in the stands.
And to the near circle.
Oh, good shot. First one.
Appreciate Izzy's mom coming over and checking on my wife. Very kind. They've had to put up with me since calling their daughter's games in lacrosse at Pioneer over on the far side.
Tip across.
Knocked away. What a beautiful pass, and it just couldn't find its way behind the net.
What a great save.
As no icing again. Izzy Sherman has it back behind.
Everything in slow motion, waiting for him to make the call.
Now coming ahead with it, down the near boards. Here comes Hansen. Hansen into the zone. Hansen into the slot. That poked away. Grabbed into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there. Dodson has it. Dodson stops underneath the near circle.
Boy, she's
Dodson.
a start and stopper.
Absolutely. Stop on a dime. Moves it over down the near boards. Over to Collins. Collins, who had that second goal. Put them up 2-0. Now Bobby has it outside the far circle. Centering attempt. Here comes Dilla. Dilla down the near boards. Dilla
I'd like
into
to see
the neutral
Dilla
zone.
get one here.
That would be lovely. Dilla outside the near circle.
Good drop pass.
Absolutely to Garbady. Garbady trying to move it. That slips through the slot. Pulled away. Trying to get to it. Sent back in by Kieran into the far corner. Outside the far circle, Concordia trying to move it away. Now coming down the far boards, here comes Croft. Croft into the Michigan zone. Good job to drive her wide by Gustafson. Picked up underneath. Benoit has it underneath the near circle. Comes outside the near circle. Trying to hold it in is McCarthy. And puck loose. Kaczmarek into the near corner with it. Tipped right back behind the goal all the way around the far boards. Bobby trying to feed it out.
That's good. Be good.
That'll saucer all the way back into the Concordia end.
That was their pass.
Croft into the near corner with it in her own zone. Croft goes back behind her own goal. Trying to pull it away back there. Here comes Concordia right back behind. Stops there. Feeding it down the far boards was Coops as that puck. Holding it in at the far point, trying to hold it as that sent back into the far corner. Racing back, trying to get to it is Carr. Carr has it in the far corner. Carr onto the far circle. And puck tipped away from her. Now sent ahead. Here comes Concordia. All the way back, racing back, trying to get to it is the puck in the corner. Colwich has it. Colwich trying to feed it down the far boards.
Nice.
Here comes Hung. Hung over center ice. Hung gains the zone. Hung top of the near circle. Outside the near circle. Hung trying to get through traffic, pulled away by Concordia. Boy, that Concordia defense has really done a nice job. Down the near boards, Ferris fires it back deep. Michigan forwards go for a line change. Puck right back behind the goal. Now trying to feed it down the near boards. McCarthy with it there. McCarthy trying to get it is Swanson trying to pull that away. Now Colwich trying to hold it in at the near point and trying to dig the puck off of the wall. Here comes Flazar. Flazar.
Oh, she had her down,
all the way around. Stops at the far point. Michigan holds it in, trying to get it into the slot. That knocked away. Picked up by McCarthy down the near boards. McCarthy has it knocked back. Now sent ahead.
Touch.
Sent back deep by Flazar. That puck right back behind Kaczmarek off the back of the net. Kaczmarek deep in the Cardinal zone. Now trying to dig that away is Swanson. Trying to fire the puck out in front. Comes back into the near corner. Trying to dig that out of there. Puck back. There's a quick shot by Ceballos. That got knocked out in front and along the end boards.
She's playing a good game.
Absolutely.
Now this is riding. If this was wrestling, we'd be killing them. for riding time, but we're not even getting any shots.
Outside, that comes into the slot as here comes Concordia. They feed it down the far boards. Shore sweeps it back in deep. Stopped there by Schiff. Schiff quickly goes out in front of the net. That pulled away.
Nice reverse.
As that's grabbed by Lindahl. Lindahl moves it back to Izzy German. Izzy German feeds it right back behind. Comes around the near boards. Picked up there, trying to tip it loose. Still loose, got knocked down. Here comes Dodson. Dodson with the shot. Great job by Izzy German to get in the way, and that covered up by Schiff.
Their first shot.
12:53 left to go here in the second. Was that the first shot by either team?
No, we've gotten two.
Okay.
She made that one sliding save on the sure goal.
Face off in the near face off circle. Collins in to take the face off. That puck right back to Orkis at the near point. That
Tough
goes
to
right
see.
back behind. That was a knuckleballer.
Uh-oh.
Bam, down in front, backhanded and score. And it's 3-0 Concordia as Steinmetz, I think it's her
Backhand,
next goal.
roofed it,
Collins,
bar down.
excuse me.
Bar down.
12:42. Collins gets her second goal of the game. And Michigan now has a big three spot they have to make up on the board.
Shots are tied. But, wow, it's just frustrating to have it in their end so long.
Michigan now has
Can't
a pretty
quit.
big hill
Can't
to
quit.
climb. Garbady has it as Michigan really needs to get a goal here to try and break things open. Bobby comes into his own. Bobby, top of the far circle. There's a shot. Blocker save comes into the near corner. Garbady trying to move it right back behind, racing over Dilla into the far corner. Now Bobby outside the far circle. She ends up down on the ice as that puck comes back into the neutral zone. Ferris coming down the near boards. Ferris
Smart
fires
play.
it back deep.
Right off the dasher.
As Concordia really going all out. Croft dove trying to tip that back into the Michigan zone. They're
neutral.
putting everything on the line here.
That's why I hope that by the time the third period comes, they'll be worn. But, 3 goals is
Ferris with the shot. Blocker save. Comes all the way top of the far circle. Steinmetz with it there.
hit the net.
Over to Benoit now coming in. Garbady fires it back deep. Michigan trying to keep pressure on this Concordia team, but Concordia with the 3-0 lead. Puck onto the far circle, grabbed by Izzy German. Izzy German
that
skates
should
down.
be one.
She goes down,
Okay.
and we have our first penalty of the game.
Good. Schiff, get out. All right, we'll see how the power play works.
So at 11:42, we have a Concordia penalty.
Way to draw
That
it,
should be
Izzy.
tripping. Izzy made a nifty move as she went to step around the defender, and the defender got her skate and put her down. This is a huge power play for Michigan as they really, really need to.
Got some new personnel working in the power play, so there we go.
That puck back to the near point now. Tipped away as that'll come back. Beautiful poke check by Shore. Ferris retreats into her own zone. That puck right back behind Ferris underneath the near circle. Ferris bringing it ahead over to Lindahl. Lindahl down the foul boards over center ice. Lindahl. That poked away from her from behind. Controlled by Concordia.
Nice. Get to it. 2 on the puck.
Carr trying to knock it away. Puck all the way back to the Michigan blue line. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl outside the near circle. Lindahl. And tipped all the way back to the far point. Good job to hold it in by Carr. Carr coming outside into the far corner.
No, they're going to
She
get
gets
another
taken
one.
down, and that's going to be a 5-on-3, as that's another tripping call.
I was going to say, let them touch it, because we're going to have a 2-man advantage.
So that's going to be at 10:59, and that is going to be
Merry Christmas.
a 1-minute, 17-second 5-on-3. As Shore goes into the box, and Shore has played very well, so don't mind to see her in the box there.
Who's their leading scorer?
Dodgson, number 88.
88.
And she's been playing very well as well. And face-off in the near face-off circle comes back to the near point, held in there. Cummings trying to feed it outside the near circle. That's Cummings. That put over, picked up. Here comes Kieran. Over Cummings fires it right back deep. That puck outside the far circle.
Take a little bit off. Oh, send it across. There you go, right there.
Here comes Cummings on the near circle, firing in, and that's a save.
Just get her some traffic. That's what you want. We're trying to isolate for a one-timer, but that wasn't a one-timer, but with a little traffic, those will go.
55 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Michigan really could use the score here because if Concordia is able to,
if they get through this,
that's going to be a huge momentum. There's an issue with the penalty box door on the Concordia.
perfect.
The
So
penalty
their
box.
killers get a rest.
So the official trying to work and figure it out. As they kept on trying to close that door. And you got to have it latch closed. It's dangerous if it doesn't. But guess we can't say anything that's away penalty box that Yost can't. You need a master's degree in engineering to get it open.
Yeah, thankfully Michigan has a good engineering school.
we need one of them to fix it.
God, drives me crazy. It's even hard to close before practice.
Yeah. Well, I know that the players aren't kind to those, and you got the spot where you shove the stick in to get it done, and I'm sure there's those doors take a heck of a lot of abuse. So.
Yes, they do.
Hey, there we go. It's locked. That gives
how many refs does it take to fix a door?
Two, apparently. Two is the answer. I couldn't have helped. I know that much. Top of the near circle. Cummings gets it over. Now back. Cummings. Trying to feed it back.
They're going to let you
slot.
walk in that far. You're going to have
On
to
the
take
far
it from the
circle.
point.
That shot back into the near corner. Cummings sends it back to the near point as Kieran has it. Back to Cummings. Top of the near circle. Cummings. All the way top of the far circle. Shot there is a save.
See,
31 seconds left to go.
She can see it, and we're too far out. Our quarterback at the top, they're going to let her have that much space. She's got to walk in, and then everybody go to the net. But she's brand new player, brand new on the power play. So
now Malashevsky taking the face off that puck all the way back, cleared down. 10:07 left to go here in the second. 3-0 Concordia with
they're
the
not
lead.
even. They're totally passive, so don't wait for anything. Guys.
22 seconds left, or 19 seconds left to go now. In the two-player advantage for Michigan coming in onto the near circle, and that looked like it was going to be fun, but just tipped away from Lindahl. Now that puck in along the near boards, racing ahead.
Dove.
As that's fired all the way back deep. Now the first of the two penalties expires. Dodgson trying to knock it away. That puck brought in. Here comes Bobby. Bobby coming down. That tipped away as it looked like she was going to get a good shot. And just a good poke check all the way back. Now it's a foot race. Croft trying to get to it. Croft moves it back behind the Michigan
Smart play,
goal.
just killing time.
30 seconds left to go in the power play for Michigan. That puck gathered up, coming ahead with it. Carr moves it. Now racing in. Here comes Michigan. Lindahl with the shot. That got knocked away. Puck outside the far circle. Malashevsky with it. Back to Lindahl. Back behind the goal. Trying to chip it out in front. And it hopped right over Bobby's stick. Coming back down the near boards. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Croft on a breakaway. Croft comes in. Croft with the shot. Good save by Schiff. As that knocked away. And they didn't stop. No whistles. They never stopped it. As Schiff was holding on to it. They let about 5 seconds tick off. And the penalty is expired now, so that was interesting.
So they killed a two-man advantage.
Huge momentum for Concordia as they got to be feeling good, killing off a big, long 1 minute and 15-second 5-on-3.
Very unselfish play to leave that drop pass, but we just got to have that shot.
Into the far corner it is. Gustafson takes it back over to Swanson. Swanson down the near board. Swanson trying to feed it ahead, bringing it in. Here comes into the near corner. Cummings with it. Cummings. That tipped back away, loose as the puck into the near corner.
Her shot.
There's a shot out in front by Swanson. As that was a big save again by Lennon. 8:37 left to go.
Wow, breaking sticks. Kelsey break a stick.
It looked like it, yeah.
I'm not surprised because she can rip it.
Cummings in to take the face off. Gustafson and Kieran back behind him. Gustafson trying to take that. That block right back behind into the far corner.
We had no idea where it was.
And up in front through the neutral zone, coming ahead with it. Here comes Fouché. Fouché, nice. Good job to poke that away back over there by Gustafson, covered up by Schiff. 8:21 left to go here. Again, Michigan, you really, this next goal is going to be huge. You can't go down 4-0. too tall a hill to climb. I mean, not that this team can't get that number of
No,
goals
but
back,
when your goals for average is less than, I don't even know what it is, but it's not. I don't think it's 4.
back underneath, Swanson has it. Swanson trying to feed it out in front, trying to get it to Cummings. And that puck just wouldn't settle down for her. Picked up back along the far boards. Now sent ahead. Concordia, that's sent all the way down, and that's going to end up on goal, so that won't be icing. Picked up back behind by Izzy German.
Good play,
Izzy German. Back in
Take
along the near boards. Carr trying to get around 2 Concordia players. McCarthy has it into the near corner. McCarthy trying to get it around. And puck underneath the near circle. Now Dodson trying to get it back to McCarthy. McCarthy sends it all the way across, right through the slot, but here comes Hong. Hong tips it back into the neutral zone. Kaczmarek trying to fire
That's
right
ice.
back in, and offside the
offside.
call.
Boy, Dodgen's played the whole game. She must be used to it because I'm not seeing any drop in energy level.
They got a couple players who are out there all the time, and they are continuing to battle. Their conditioning has to be something outstanding. 7:30 left to go here. 3-0. Concordia with the lead. Michigan has it in their own zone. Izzy German brings it ahead. That tip trying to muck up the area is Collins, who has 2 of the 3 goals. Taken back. Dodson has it. Dodson down the near boards. Here comes Collins. Collins gains the zone outside the near circle. Collins trying to feed it. That
Nice
tipped
play.
in along the near boards.
Way to read it, Sam.
As Merrick has it outside the near circle. Gordon trying to knock that away into the near corner for Carr. Carr feeds it right back, or Izzy German, feeds it right
Clear.
back behind.
There you go.
And back into the neutral zone. Kaczmarek with it there. Kaczmarek drops it back to Dodson at her own blue line. Now ahead to Collins. Collins trying to get around Izzy German. She pokes that away from her, and that goes right back into the near corner. Izzy German back behind her own goal.
Coming late, right there.
And knocked away out in front as that will be loose. Izzy German feeds it all the way down the near boards.
Trouble again. We got an
Shore
open
has
wing.
it outside the near circle. Trying to knock it down. Puck outside the near circle for Dodson. Dodson back to the near point. All the way across to the far point. Shot there by McLaughlin. Tipped into the far corner. Izzy German rockets it all the way around. Carr has it outside the near circle. Trying to avoid two different Concordia players. Here comes Hung. Hung down the near boards. Hung trying to get back. 3 Concordia players on top of her as she feeds that back into the far corner. Gathered up back there by Benoit, stealing it away. Here comes Hansen with the wraparound attempt that got knocked back. Picked up, top of the near circle with it. Kolwich has it. Kolwich into the near corner. Kolwich back behind the goal from the near side to the far side. Back as that.
Nice try with the wraparound, and then the puck shot right through the crease.
It's a couple opportunities. 5:57 left to go here. Couple opportunities by both teams in the last couple minutes.
A lot less shots this period. Teams tightening up.
Malashevsky in to take the face-off. Croft on the other side. And in the near face-off circle. Back to Ferris at the near point. Ferris sends it to Hansen into the near corner. Hansen takes it back behind the goal. Hansen takes it into the far corner, trying to send it back to the far point to Kolwich. Kolwich skips it back to Hansen. Now Malashevsky picks it up in the far corner. Malashevsky trying to get around 2 Concordia players. Tipped back by Kolwich. Now grab Malashevsky trying to move it over to Lindahl.
Who's with her?
Lindahl out in front trying to fire it in.
Good pass.
As that was Hansen knocked away. Again, really
Kolwich.
good getting in the way out there by Concordia.
Kara stepping in nicely. Here we go.
Here comes Ferris. Ferris trying to get a tip out in front. As Lindahl back behind. Lindahl into the far corner with it. Lindahl trying to keep a hold of it, trying to feed it out in front to Malashevsky. Then back, still loose back to the near point, and now that tip back into the neutral zone. 5:05 left to go. Puck back to the Michigan blue line. Rocketed, bounced off the near boards. Loose into the slot. Here comes Lindahl. Wouldn't settle down for her. She couldn't get it to settle down. She had an opportunity for
She had a lot of 2x4 on her, too.
Yeah, she did. She did as that puck in along the end boards right back out into the slot and into the neutral zone. As Michigan couldn't get a stick on it in the slot. Fired right back in, delayed offsides as Michigan touches up, puck into the far corner. Garbady back to try and get to it. Now Bobby trying to dig it off of the far boards. Puck into the far corner. Hubbard trying to peel that away.
We need somebody with few goals to step up here and get one.
Garbady into the near corner trying to dig that out. Fired around by Schuyler. Picked up outside the far circle by Steinmetz and fed into the neutral zone.
See, this is where our depth is starting to show, I think. I mean, we've had it in their zone nonstop. We just can't get it into the net.
4:09 left in the second. Here comes Dilla. Dilla coming down the far boards. Dilla trying to get a drop pass. And, boy, that was Fouché all over the Michigan player as that comes out in front into the near corner with it. Trying to dig it out of there, Garbetti now.
Go right at her.
Lifted all the way back by Hubbard into the neutral zone. Michigan chips it right back in by Izzy German. She's had a whale of a game. Trying to get to it is Dilla. Down, here comes Flazar.
Go to the net.
Back behind the goal. Flazar stops there, trying to feed it out and got that loose. Now Cummings into the far corner with it. Cummings feeds it back to the far point. Fired right back. He threw that slot. That comes just over to the near side. Into the near corner with it. Trying to dig it out of there. Battle for it. Flazar trying to get it. Held in. Good job by Swanson. Trying to make a move. Puts it right back behind the goal. Now Flazar picks it up underneath the near circle.
Look at right in front, wide open.
To get it to Swanson outside the near circle. Now that picked up. Coops with it. She goes down on the ice. Back to the Michigan blue line. Down the far boards. Here comes Izzy German. Izzy German gains the zone.
What pressure.
Izzy German, top of the far circle. That comes back into the near corner with 2:55 left to go. Puck right back behind the goal. Trying to feed it out in front to Cummings and covered up, diving. As I think that was Swanson who was right on top of it, but Lennon again sprawled out down on the ice, but she manages to get that glove on top of it.
And there's the depth. I mean, that puck was in their zone for 4-5 minutes.
Yeah, it seemed like it sure did. Face off in the far face-off circle. As Gordon trying to get to it. That gets all the way back into the Michigan end.
Now we got it into our end.
Ferris chips it off the near board, coming ahead with it. That knocked by Hung. Now go all the way back. Ketchmark has it. In along the end boards. Ketchmark back behind her own goal. Stops there. Hung trying to peel that away. Battle for it back behind. Now Gordon in there trying to get it off of the end boards. Puck into the near corner. Now coming away with it. That's sent back to the near point. Ferris sends it into the far corner. And is trying to pick that up. Gordon trying to slip it out in front. Hung trying to get that goal and knocked away.
Goodness.
And
Right
puck
to
all
her.
the way back. Now racing ahead with it.
No
Here
space.
comes Shore. Shore has
Trailer.
Stop. Now move back into the neutral zone. Carr all the way across the ice. That gathered up. Hung trying to fire it in, but
Look
dodged in,
at Dodson
steals
is
it.
fast.
Yeah, very quick. Now wouldn't settle down for Ferris outside the near circle. Short chips it back into the near corner with 1:54 left to go here in the second.
Heads up.
Hung trying to get it out of the zone. And loose trying to pick it up.
Yeah,
Now down the near boards.
2-on-2.
Racing in. Here comes Kolwich trying to move it over to Carr. Carr with the shot. Boy, that
She
just
had that
missed.
far post, too.
Oh,
Nice try.
game of inches, I tell you what. Picked up back behind by Collins, trying to move it over. Puck back into the far corner.
Just feeding our
And
points.
top of the far circle. Shot there. Just goes wide. Carr into the near corner with it. Carr trying to grab it. Loose in the near circle. Held in by Lindahl. Lindahl trying to fire it in the far corner. But that lifted down. Good job trying to get to it is Kieran. Kieran has it into the far corner. Moves it back over. Coming down the far boards. Gustafson feeds it ahead. That all the way back. Concordia has it at their own blue line. 1 minute left to go here in the second. Boy, you'd love to see a Michigan goal before this period ends. Fired back. I know I'm saying that all the time.
No.
But
I'm just
it's true.
And we've had 50 shots wide. That's the killer. This goalie could be exhausted if we got every shot on net.
Trying to move it over Malashevsky.
That's right
that
there.
knocked away. Lindahl trying to get to it. Now Malashevsky feeds it right back in. Lindahl back behind the goal. And lifted all the way back out to the far point. Held in there. Good job by Kieran. Puts it right back behind that puck. Lifted down the near boards. 26 seconds left to go. Opportunity for maybe one more opportunity for Michigan. Back in their own zone, though. They got to get it out of here. Banked off of the near boards. Coming ahead with it is Hansen. Hansen working against two Concordia players. It seems like, boy, no matter what, anyone who has the puck, they're double teamed. There's got to be someone open.
They're very
but Concordia
aggressive.
flows to the puck like nothing else.
Yeah.
Back behind, trying to pull that away. As that will do it at the end of two. It's 3-0 Concordia, as they had 2 goals in the first. Collins got the lone goal in the second at 2:42. Michigan had a 5-on-3, but Concordia able to kill that off, and it heads to the third period with, that big 3 spot Concordia put up looming large.
We had 11 shots to their 4. And that's counting on net.
So we have had a lot of shots. We just need to get that
That's
puck
30,
in.
That's 30 shots through 2 periods.
30
They've had
shots through
15.
periods
We're out
is
shooting
really
them 2 to
good.
1. Yeah, absolutely. I got to report this into the
Yep.
brain
Well,
trust.
we'll step away. We'll play. Well, it is the second.
Oh, you know what? I
intermission.
forgot to give a shout out to my
Oh, please.
left coast family. My sister and her husband, Denny, Joanne, and Denny Kerr, are listening tonight from Seattle.
Oh, we appreciate that.
We have a Western contingent listening. She's doing her 13th walk for MS this coming
wow.
year.
Good
So
for her. Good
I have
for
2
her.
sisters with MS, so we
That's tough.
she's walking for us all. So
That's
good.
awesome.
So
Well,
thanks for listening, Joe.
we appreciate that. Yeah, thank you to everyone who's listening, and we appreciate that. We're going to step away. It is the second intermission, so you know what time it is. It's time for I Can't Turn You Loose.
Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his blues band. Gary Lewis and his blues band.
are live here at the Arctic Edge of Canton, where it is Michigan versus Concordia, and it is 3-0 Concordia. Let's quickly do a Michigan scoreboard report, and then we have a question that came in via Twitter for Coach. But taking a look all the way back at action the 19th in water polo, it was an exhibition. Michigan won 21-10 over Pacific. In men's basketball versus Northwestern, Michigan won 80-76. In wrestling, it was Minnesota beating Michigan 25-10. In women's basketball, Michigan beat Minnesota 70-65. Over on Friday,
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Water polo goals are still 1 point each, right?
I believe so. So 21 is crazy. Yeah.
Somebody's arms are tired.
No doubt, 100%. By the way, they're playing a little jump around for Coach here.
There you go. I'm fired up now.
On Friday, in track and field, non-scoring event, Crossroads of America, in wrestling versus Nebraska, Michigan lost 38-6. Versus in hockey last night, it was a 5-4 win by Coach Ned's Wisconsin team over the Michigan men's team. Men's basketball, number 11 Purdue beat Michigan 91-64. Action that happened today in tennis, Michigan beat Auburn 4-1. In men's tennis and women's tennis, Michigan beat Yale 4-0. In women's basketball, a loss to Michigan State 88-58. And then no other scores reported as of yet. So we did have a question that came in from the wonderful folks at the Michigan Podcast. If you haven't already, please go and check out the Michigan Podcast. They're on Twitter. They're all over the place. They're great, and they do a really good job. But this from Matt. He says, question for Coach, how does this team start to dig out of this hole when they seem to be facing a hot goalie?
That's a proverbial hockey question where a goalie can steal a game. Well, what we tell players is keep the energy up, and everything has to be on the net. Everything on the net. We have 30 shots, but we have probably 20 to 30 shots that were wide. And a goalie does not want to have to make saves. The goalie may be tired now with 30 shots. She'd be exhausted with 50 to 60. The other thing is we need more traffic. We need traffic such that you can't stop. You can't stop what you can't see unless you're lucky. And if we have traffic, then we have a player covering us. So now you've got twice the strain. You got a chance for tips. You got a chance for deflections. So we just got to throw everything at the net and hope that once the first one goes by, it gets in her head, and we just pile on. Because, I mean, we're carrying the play.
Yeah.
We're getting the shots. But
you need that Johan Franzen person right in front of that, making it difficult on the goalie.
Somebody make it.
Or
Somebody get in
Holmstrom,
their
who
face.
did a great job of that.
Yeah, we took a lot of shots from the point where she had an easy time seeing it. And we just have somebody step over. And, you know, our forwards know how hard our defense shoots.
Yeah,
They don't necessarily want to stand there and get hit.
Fair. That's completely understandable.
But that's what we're asking them to do. You know, let it hit your shin. Let it tip it by, or let their defender get in the way and have one go off their skate.
These are huge games, by the way, because it doesn't get any easier after this. You have a home and home versus Adrian, which
number 2.
It would be great to get a win over there. That would really help our standings. We've got to be top 12 to make it to nationals, and you want to be solidly in that. You don't want to have to do a lot of work in the CCWHA playoffs. You'd love to win the CCWHA playoffs, but you don't want to walk into that tournament knowing that you have to win 2 to 3 games to get to nationals. That's the last thing you want to have happen.
This is a big game after a tough series.
Number 2, Adrian, and then it's number Niagara, who's in the top 10 right after that.
Yep.
And then we finish off with two
Arizona
teams,
State
and Adrian.
is ranked.
Yeah.
And
Rhode Island to finish off. So
who's played us tough.
They have. It's amazing. I can't believe it felt like we should have so much more. We just turned the calendar year, and all of a sudden we're looking at the end of the regular season. It's frightening. How did it get here?
And we're looking at some games we got to win. I mean,
absolutely.
These are some got to wins to keep our rankings. The computer's ready to drop us after last weekend. So
Carr puts it back behind. Michigan looking for a huge goal here. And again, thank you for watching. And again, please check out that Michigan podcast. It celebrates all the amazing female athletes at the greatest university.
And we
University of Michigan.
appreciate the question, because now I have something that this is my contract year, so I can use that. I'm answering special question.
Croft with the shot there, covered up by Schiff. That's going to be a face-off in the Michigan zone with 19:30 left to go here in the third. Again, these two teams will face off tomorrow, 4:05 at Yost Ice Arena. Come on out. It's a wonderful time to have a Sunday matinee game over at Yost.
Guaranteed good seats available.
Absolutely. That puck in along the end boards. Kolwich has it. Kolwich fires it all the way around. Hansen outside the far circle. That tip right back, trying to lift it and get it out of the Michigan zone. Michigan going from left to right here in this third period. Gathered up down the near boards. Racing ahead with it is Lindahl. Lindahl outside the near circle. Lindahl fires it all the way across, and it just wouldn't settle down by Hansen as Ferris sends it outside the far circle.
Just shoot it.
Puck shot there goes just wide as that comes outside the near circle. Gathered up is a battle for it. Lindahl trying to dig it out of there. Malashevsky trying to get it as Lindahl trying to go right back behind the goal.
She's
Here
open
comes
on the other side.
Hansen. Underneath the near circle, fires it all the way around.
Open in
Gathered
front.
up back behind by Lindahl. Lindahl, there's a shot by Hansen. Covered up,
What
knocked
did that
away, loose as that goes all the way around the boards outside the far circle. 18:40 left to go. Kolwich does a good job to knock that away. Ferris at her own blue line. Ferris moves all the way across to Kolwich down the near boards. Kolwich feeds it ahead and just away from the outstretched stick of Malashevsky. That puck all the way back. Swanson outside the near circle. She's put into the boards. That knocked away. Kaczmarek trying to hold it in. Flazar trying to dig it out. That puck in along the end boards of the Michigan zone. Kolwich trying to get it there. Still loose on the outside the near circle. Now that slips back behind. In along the far board. Swanson trying to get to it, but that tipped right back deep. Right back behind the Michigan goal. Pulling it away. McCarthy back there. That right underneath off the back of the net. Now gathered up. Flazar backhands it as that goes all the way back into the Concordia zone.
Oh, it's good.
McLaughlin trying to knock it away. Here comes Flazar on the near circle. Flazar
got her
goes
front.
back behind. Flazar underneath the far circle sends it back to the far point. As Izzy German puts it back into the far corner. Trying to dig it out of there. That puck picked up by Coops. Coops brings it the other way for Concordia. Gathered up by Izzy German at her own blue line. She brings it ahead, moves it over. Here comes Cummings. Cummings trying to feed it over to Flazar. That tipped away into the near corner. She was looking to make something happen as Cummings couldn't get everything on it. Now Ceballos trying to take a shot.
Boy, are they blocking a lot of shots.
They're getting down and really getting in front. And puck into the far corner, trying to pull that away. Loose at the far point. Michigan trying to hold it in. That back into the neutral zone. Now Concordia brings it ahead. It's Collins who has 2 goals in this game, looking for the hat trick. Pulled back behind, in along the near boards. Here comes the Wolverines as they get it through the neutral zone. Tipped there by Dilla, but knocked right back. Fed all the way across,
nice
knocked
jump.
away.
Nice
Good
jump.
job by Garbady into the far corner with it. Trying to pull it away. Schuyler back over there. Battle for it outside of the far circle. Dodson over there as well. Puck tipped back to the blue line.
net.
Gathered up by Bobby. Knocked away from Bobby. That was a beautiful poke check. Now here comes Dodson down the near boards. Dodson
Makes me nervous.
gains the zone. Dodson fires it all the way across outside the far circle now.
Oh,
Garbady
my-
trying
right
to
there
get
in
to
front.
that out in front, and that puck covered up by Schiff.
They're out shooting us. We've had some great chances. They're not giving us free shots. They're blocking so many shots. We still just need to, even dump-ins, just put it on net, make her handle it.
16:23 left to go. Well, blocking shots is great, but if you can get one past the shot blocker, that should provide a screen for
Big
you.
screen, yeah. Or even just a slight tip. Hits a shin pad, just moves a few inches over.
Tipped away outside of the far circle. Gordon trying to get it out of the zone and gathered up and fired right back in by Concordia. They're touch up to avoid a delayed offside.
Making us bring it the distance. They are killing time now.
Here comes Carr. Puck wouldn't settle down for Carr. Carr trying to feed it ahead. Here comes Gordon into the zone. Gordon
Rip it.
comes high, slot, shot
There,
knocked
see?
down, loose. As Hung trying to get to it into the far corner. Back to the far point for Gustafson. Gustafson takes a shot. That goes into the near corner. Carr with it there. Carr trying to move it around. That gathered up and coming the other direction. Here comes Benoit. Benoit over center ice. Benoit trying to fire it back deep into the far corner. Kieran Trying to knock it away there. Puck into the far corner. Gordon trying to bring it ahead to Carr. Carr has it at the far point of her own zone. Tipped right back into the Michigan zone. Fired ahead. Hung had it, but knocked away. Here comes Carr. Carr trying to work her way through. 3 players on her. Backhanded attempt. Got knocked away by Kaczmarek. Carr still with it. Back behind the goal. Trying to feed it out in front. Carr underneath the near circle. She has Kaczmarek all on top of her. Now Malashevsky trying to get to it away from McCarthy. She's double teamed there too. Loose on the near circle, trying to pull it away. Steinmetz had it back to the near point, trying to hold it in. Good job to fire it back over there by Secreto. Puck into the near corner. McCarthy trying to get it outside the near circle, trying to dig it out of there. Still loose.
At this point, I would be asking players behind it, just dump it in front. Don't look for
Lindahl
the
trying to
perfect
pull it out.
pass.
Hansen there trying to dig it out of there.
It's killing time.
Malashevsky there as well. Now back. Secreto trying to grab it now. Hansen into the slot. Into the far corner. Is they able to tip it away? Looked like she was going to get a shot away, but just couldn't.
Did you see
Puck
how many
into the
people
far
they had
corner.
in front? They had 3 people right there.
Up and out of play. They really do seem to be taking the defense and collapsing the defense towards the goal,
Yeah.
which gives you space out, but you got so many shot blockers in front that they just collapse that defense.
And you can't move your stick around. There's no room for anything. You're going to.
Face-off is going to be in the far face-off circle. Cummings in to take the face-off. Lazar to her left, Swanson to her right. Cevallos and Izzy German are the defenders. Dodson trying to pull it away. She has been difficult all game long. Picked up back behind. Collins has it back behind her own goal.
There now.
And underneath, trying to pull it away.
Nobody in front.
Swanson trying to get to it. Now that puck underneath in along the near boards. Fired ahead all the way back into the Michigan zone.
She's going to beat us.
Icing waved off. Izzy German trying to get to a puck outside the far circle. Have we had an icing yet in this game?
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what. They're supposed to be tired.
They don't seem like it. Kaczmarek picks it up. We're rolling four lines, and they don't seem to mind. Puck back to Cevallos at the near point. Cevallos takes a shot. That just goes wide. Sticked into the far corner. Trying to pull that away.
Another clear sight with easy visibility.
Puck back behind. Trying to feed it ahead. And tipped back to the far point. Held in there.
Oh, Izzy. Oh.
As Izzy German trying to fire at that outside the far circle. 13:55 left to go. And time starting to become an issue with the 3-goal lead for Concordia. Brought in by Shore. Put into the near corner.
I like to say if we score a goal a minute, we'll kill them, but
Well,
we got to start.
absolutely picked up. Dilla has it into the near corner.
Whoa.
As that was a
Right
big,
now, we're not getting a shot a minute.
and we are not. Cevallos trying to move it forward. As that puck grab, chased by Kaczmarek back behind, now picked up. Orcus fires it down the far boards. Fed ahead to Shore. Shore brings it over center ice. Shore gains his own. Shore. Good job to poke that away. Loose.
wow.
Coming in with it. There's a shot by Croft as that puck just sat there and Michigan couldn't get it to stay on the stick.
That was
Loose.
a pretty good slash.
Firing it. That held in by Orcus. Orcus with a shot as that goes into outside the near circle.
Got a butt end on Avery.
And can't ever feel good. As Gustafson has it into the far corner, trying to move
Here
it
we go.
ahead.
Here we go. Here we go.
Dilla gets it out in front
All by
now.
herself,
Here comes. Racing in with it, making a move back. Oh, couldn't quite get it. Garbady trying to get it on the backhand, and it wouldn't settle down.
She just ran
So
out
she
of room.
could get that away all the way back. Kolwich trying to get to it into the near corner. Icing again, waved off. Picked
She's
up.
a heck of a player.
Absolutely. Puck loose, trying to feed it. Now it loses an edge, pulled ahead by Carr. Carr down the near board. She fires it back deep. Michigan racing in on the forecheck. Picked up into the far corner by Hung. Now Gordon has it back behind the goal. Gordon
Oh,
trying to move
Sam
it.
is ready.
Carr has it in along the end boards. Now here comes Gordon as they're really just staying on front, not allowing Michigan to fire it into the slot there.
No.
Picked up back behind. Now coming ahead with it. Croft knocked right back into the Concordia zone.
Go Z to D, and you got him.
Orcus trying to get to it is
delayed offsides. I didn't see that.
I didn't see the hand up either, so that's going to come outside of the Concordia zone. 12 minutes left to go. So you have plenty of time. So you're saying like the fielding HEOS point-a-minute teams, we need the Coach Tribb's point-a-minute team here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Puck on the far circle. Concordia trying to get to it. That comes in along the near boards. McLaughlin trying to chip it ahead. Hung trying to dig it out of there. Carr coming in.
We got to have it, guys.
Gordon
we don't have
is
time.
in along there. Cevallos trying to pull it and fire it back deep.
Crowbar.
And lifted. McLaughlin had it. Now that fired all the way across. Coming ahead, Fouché. That fired all the way back into the Michigan zone.
We got numbers. We got open people in.
As Coops in along the far boards. Now Hung has it outside the near circle. Fired ahead. Tipped by Carr. Wouldn't settle on her stick as Ketchmerk heads the other direction. Ketchmerk over center ice. Fires it deep into the Michigan zone. 11-13 left to go.
Dump. We should start sending somebody early. Oh, that was a nice shot.
Shot there. Knocked away into the near corner. Now picked up in along the far corner. Brought ahead.
Good play. Just
Trying
chip
to
it
get
by.
it out there. Tipped ahead by Carr. Now bringing it in. A puck into the far corner. Trying to pull it away is Malashevsky. Malashevsky trying to feed it to an oncoming Hansen. That pulled away the other direction by Benoit. Benoit gets it top of the near circle. Knocked back. Trying to pull it away.
Ooh.
Loose in the slot. Here comes Michigan. Down the far boards. Racing ahead with it. Lindahl. Drop pass.
Nice
coming
play.
in.
Come
Shot,
on.
and somehow saving it. What a beautiful pass as Lindahl over to Hansen.
Nice crisscross drop pass. Oh, my goalies are killing me.
She is playing, Lennon is playing very, very well. And you would think at this point with the number of shots, she accidentally let one in.
Yeah.
Back to the near point. Kieran trying to fire it back deep into the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Malashevsky digging in there. Now that puck down the near boards. Into the neutral zone. Racing ahead. Here comes Dodgson. Dodgson takes a whack at it. There's a blocker save back into the near corner. Dodgson trying to fire it out in front. That puck into the slot. Knocked away onto the near circle. Gathered up by Dodgson back to the near point. Dodgson
No, we can't
moves
let
it
them do
over
this.
onto the far circle. Shot there. Shift with a save.
Oh, they're out shooting us big time now.
We are halfway through the third period.
9 for them and 4 for us. We got to turn that around.
So Concordia with the 3-goal lead, out shooting Michigan in the third. Michigan has the total shot lead, but that matters little to none, as we need the numbers on the big board.
They're just dumping it in the zone, making us chase it.
Comes back into the near corner of the Michigan zone, trying to pull it away down the near boards, and held in at the near point by Hubbard. Comes back in along the far boards, now trying to feed it ahead. That puck loose. Swanson trying to get to it, knocked right back. Tipped away by Kolwich. Now all the way back into the Concordia zone. 9:33 left to go. Michigan trying to chase Concordia. Lifts it back into the neutral zone. That puck gathered up. Ferris moves
Other
it
side,
ahead.
guys,
Now
other
picked
side.
up. Collins feeds it over. Shore brings it down the near boards. Kolwich trying to get to it. And puck all the way across.
Heads up.
Now down the far boards, tipped right back. Michigan moves it over. Kolwich down the near boards. Moves that ahead. Here comes Flazar. Flazar gains his own. Flazar outside the near circle. Flazar. 2 players on her. Now Cummings trying to get it back. Kolwich at the near point. Trying to fire it back deep. That puck outside the near circle. Hubbard with it there. Hubbard feeds it ahead. Racing down the boards. Here
All by
comes
herself.
Benoit.
Numbers. There you
Benoit
go.
poked away. Cummings into the far corner. Now that pulled back. Lifted into the neutral zone. Croft sends it right back into the Michigan
Nice
end.
play.
Down the near boards, Lindahl with it. Lindahl trying to get around Benoit by herself in. Lindahl trying to fire it and covered up by
Everything right in the midsection.
Lennon. Yeah,
Nice
everything.
shot, though. Nice shot.
That Cardinal logo seems to be drawing every single puck.
And when we go into their zone, they have 5 lined up at the blue line.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going through a wall. They are playing prevent. We always say make them bring it the distance to kill the time. They're textbook keep this lead even with our depth.
8:36 left to go. Lindahl back behind now. Hansen into the far corner back. As that puck into the far corner now outside the far circle. Shot there, it just goes through the crease.
Good try.
Now Malashevsky trying to dig it out of the near corner. Malashevsky, that puck loose outside the near circle. Trying to dig it out there
Get
as
it to the
Coops has
point.
it. Now here comes
Rip it,
Lindahl.
rip it.
Lindahl into
Nothing
the slot.
fancy.
Lindahl
Oh.
trying to take it. That goes
Over the
high.
net.
Malashevsky trying to pull that away. Now Hansen trying to dig it out of there. Hansen trying to go back behind the goal. She's pinned against the boards by Kaczmarek.
Boy, they're being physical.
Under 8 minutes left to go here in the game. 3-0. Concordia with the lead.
Give it to your
Fouché
point.
trying to get it out of there. Fouché runs her player off the puck. Now all the way back. Izzy German goes back into her own zone. 7:45 left to go.
All that time, we never got a shot.
Now that puck into the near corner. Coops with it there. Coops trying to get it back behind. Now in along the near boards. Here comes Michigan. Fired into the neutral zone. Racing
strong,
through.
Ava,
Here
be
comes
strong.
Hung. Gains the zone. Hung.
Wow.
Trying to get to it as she battles a pair of different Concordia players. Now Dodgson goes the other direction. Poked by Carr into the far corner, but Dodgson takes it back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Dodgson off the near glass. Picked up. Trying to bring it ahead. Kieran sends it down the far boards. Here comes Carr. Carr into the zone.
Take the
Carr
shot.
has it knocked away. Puck right back into the neutral zone. They've been really good on the poke check as well.
Yeah.
Back behind the Michigan goal. 7 minutes left to go. Puck, Kieran has it down the far boards. Now that gathered up. Held in by Collins. Collins has it blocked, but Watkins holds it in as they had two players at the far point. Puck picked up down the near boards. Here comes Hung. Hung trying to feed it ahead.
I like the way Sam's leaving. I mean, we can't be conservative now. I'd have our defense taking liberties. Good thing isn't
Shore
gonna
trying to
win this.
come in. Shore gains his own. Drop pass to the far point. Now Gordon trying to knock that away. Loose in the slot. Bouncing puck. Comes over on the near side. There's a shot. Saved by
Nice
Schiff.
Save. 10-5 shots, them.
That was Orcus with the shot there. 6:25 left to go. This clock is becoming an issue for Michigan. Not that it hasn't been, but it's becoming more of an issue for Michigan.
Right.
Face-off is going to be to Schiff's right in the near face-off circle. Puck coming down, loose, shot there.
So the next question that comes up for me is, when do we pull our goalie? Do you pull a goalie for rankings? I don't know.
That's a question because I believe as that puck into the far corner, top of the far circle shot there is coming in. There's another shot by Watkins that goes wide into the far corner, as the amount that you lose or win by does matter to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Puck picked back up. Cummings trying to get to it. Loose as Concordia really
I just send them here.
making it difficult as they hold it in at the far point. Able to keep it in. Now that puck, top of the far circle, picked up. Flizar trying to get to it. That's loose into the near corner. Colwich with it there. 5:33 left to go here. Orcus holds it in at the far point. Concordia really making it difficult on Michigan now. Inside the near circle to a pair of players. Now Watkins trying to fire it back in.
I can't tell you how annoying this is as a defenseman to just have to keep breaking it in and breaking it in and breaking
Again,
it out.
coming in, McCarthy getting it. Michigan hasn't gotten it out of the zone in several minutes, trying to poke it away. Now here they come. Here comes
And
Michigan.
they're going to have all by herself.
Racing ahead with it, coming in. There's a
Block
shot.
shot.
Blocked away. Hansen into the far corner with it. Hansen trying to get it out to Malashevsky in front and covered up. Again, Lennon with a good save. Under 5 minutes left to go.
Now we score a goal a minute. We just barely beat them. Boom, boom,
And
boom.
puck top of the far
There,
circle. There's
she
a
had no
shot.
idea.
That just goes back as ends up with the pad save. Puck back to the far point, trying to hold it in as Izzy German grab. Now Hansen chips it back. Malashevsky into the far corner. There's Lindahl with a shot, and that one just refused to go in.
Just wide.
Just a tip wide as that comes back into the far corner. Trying to pull it away. McLaughlin back to the far point.
Bounce by her.
And fires right into the near corner. Lindahl trying to pull it away. Puck outside the near circle. Lindahl with it. Lindahl into the slot. Backhanded shot.
Nice
That
save.
sticked into the far corner. Lennon with a good save there. Back to Izzy German at the far point. She takes a whack at
nice
it.
shot.
That's a glove save there by Lennon.
Nice shot, Izzy. Great time to get your first goal here.
4:18 left to go here in the third. 3-0.
That was a great
Concordia.
shift. We got a lot of shots that shift.
And good opportunities. And again, Lennon ended up saving one that she didn't even see, just keeping the pads down on the ice. Gordon taking the face-off into the far corner. McLaughlin trying to get it out, but that up and out of play. 4:14 left to go here in the third. First game with the players from the University World Games back for Michigan, and puck outside the far circle.
Oh.
Trying to pull it away, loose now, coming ahead with it. That fired all the way back into the Michigan zone. Tipped, so no icing. And puck back. I don't know if I've ever seen a hockey game without a single icing. All the way back, in along the near boards. Picked up as Collins trying to bring it in. Move back over. Gordon in along the near boards trying to dig it out of there, outside the near circle. And brought back is Kieran. Moves it along the boards outside the far circle. Dodson with it there, chip back. Now fired back deep, loose. That comes into the slot. Here comes Hung. Hung trying to slide it away.
Be sure.
And pulled ahead. Here comes Hung trying to move it over to Carr. That tipped back away by Concordia. Moved. Hung fires it in, but Kaczmarek has it, top of the near circle. Right back into the Michigan blue line, gathered up here. Here comes Carr. Carr trying to work her way around Collins. Carr coming in, stops at the near point.
Rip it.
Carr coming in, still trying to make a move as she's led and
4 people
pulled off of that.
crowding her. There you go.
There's an icing.
Oh.
She can stick handle and move great, but she was just trying to get around that one player who was in the slot and got another player from behind poking it away.
Yep. And she's up there in statistics, so they're looking for her.
As into the far corner there. Hansen with it. Hansen underneath the near circle. Back to Izzy German at the near point. Izzy German moves it top of the near circle, coming in. Hansen with it. Hansen all the way over top of the far circle. Dodged it
there
on
we
top
go.
of her.
That's nice. We're going to finish on the power play. And Dodson did that so she'd get a rest. Because she's played the whole game. Coach isn't going to pull me. I'm going off.
She threw her hands up, and she was trying to argue for the call to go the other way. Now, now she can't get that door open.
Let her sit on our box.
So Michigan with the power play as Concordia was able to kill off a 5-on-3, and that's the only other 2 power plays of the game. Puck outside the far circle. Michigan really could use a goal. Even if they don't win this game, you just want to break this scoreless game here and get something positive going. Down the near boards. And into the zone. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl has it underneath the near circle. Boy, we could use some of her magic here. Lindahl sends it back to the far point. Gathered by Ferris. Back to Lindahl, top of the far circle. Tried to chip it over. And it wouldn't settle down for Carr, as she would have had a beautiful opportunity.
Take it, man.
Now that shot by Ferris deflected off.
Do.
Ferris has it again. Ferris moves it outside the far circle, coming in. And out in front, Malashevsky with a shot that wouldn't go. Picked up into the near corner. Now all the way back to the near point. Collins fires it all the way down and clears it. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go here on the power play.
That would have been the position to pull Avery. I don't think she's going to do it now. She's going to make sure rankings aren't jeopardized.
Here comes Collins. Collins gains the zone. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go. 56 seconds left in the power play. Michigan wants to just get one in. Kieran moves it back into the far corner.
You got to shoot, guys. We need 3
Cummings
goals.
with it, trying to feed it.
3
now
goals.
Hansen
goals.
outside the far circle. Hansen trying to put it back. And tipped out in front. Loose, and that covered up. Now trying to grab it. That fired all the way down by Concordia. 33 seconds left in the power play. Schiff stops it. Picked up by Gustafson back behind. 26 seconds left on the power play. 1:12 left to go here in this game. All the way down the far boards. Hansen with it. Chip back. They'll go right back out. Garbady into the neutral zone. Down over to Gustafson. Gustafson down the near boards. Gustafson trying to come in with it. Gustafson outside the near circle. 8 seconds left on the power play. Gustafson back behind. 53 seconds left in the game. Michigan just needs a goal. As that top of the far circle shot, that just misses to the near side. Stop there. Kieran with it. Kieran trying to move it out in front. That grab Hansen with the shot.
There it is.
That loose. Coming over. Now Cummings has it. Cummings trying to move it back to the far point. That chipped loose coming down the near boards. Benoit with it. 30 seconds left to go. Concordia, big win here for them. Michigan's going to need a huge comeback tomorrow. 24 seconds left. Benoit still with it back behind. The Concordia parents ecstatic around us. Here comes Michigan. 17 seconds left to go. Down the boards. Michigan into the zone. Hansen has it. Hansen into the far corner. 10 seconds left. That puck loose underneath the far circle. Watkins with it. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And Concordia shuts out Michigan 3-0 in a game where Concordia played lights out and really made it tough as
Yeah, they did what they had to do. We outshot them 41-26.
this Michigan team is going to need a big game tomorrow to answer back in the rankings. As please, any Michigan fans out there, we need a big Michigan fan base tomorrow at that game. 4:05. We need a lots of cheering for Michigan because we need a big comeback win versus this Concordia team tomorrow for the rankings.
Yeah, we have to help them keep the energy up, keep the positivity flowing, see if we can answer. That's the tale of a champion is how you answer.
Unfortunately, sadly, my heart broken last weekend. The Lions are out of the playoffs. So, you know, who wants to watch a little football? Come on down, watch a little afternoon hockey. We'd love to see you out there. As Concordia with a huge 3-0 win. All credit to Concordia. They played well. They played defensively amazing. They got their goals, and they had a shutout.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on the game. What is Michigan going to have to do to get a win tomorrow and come back from this?
Rest, hydrate, and be thankful you get to play the game again tomorrow.
Absolutely. And not a bad game for Michigan. They had a lot of shots. They had opportunities.
Yeah.
But the Concordia defense really made it happen.
Goals are tough to come by in this league and this sport, and we've just got to get a couple people hot and figure it out.
Well, for my cameraman, James Wiseman, Coach Nick Listen, our color commentary, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you so much. We will be back. Game time 4:05 tomorrow. We'll be on 15 minutes before that. Thank you very, very much. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. We'll see you